So, okay, yeah, here we have question about the menstrual cycle that involves monthly changes in the ovary and the uterus. They have given us the diagram, and now we have to name the structures R and S. We have R here and we have S here. So when we are looking at this R and S, what do we have? R is corpus luteum. We call it corpus luteum, or we may also call it yellow body. Okay, and then what is S? S is graphene follicle. Even if you answer follicle, it would be fine, but graphene follicle would be better. Graafin, graphene follicle. That would be better. Okay, I put in the bracket. Okay, then what else state the name of the process occurring at T. It is very obvious that here ovulation is being done. Okay, so here we have to name the hormones that stimulates the growth of the lining of the uterus. Yes, you are right. Okay. During that, what will it be? It will be estrogen. Make sure the spelling is correct. Estrogen is the hormone that will stimulate the growth of the lining of the uterus during the first half of the menstrual cycle. Now, which is the hormone that is going to maintain the lining of the uterus during the second half? And that is, yeah, definitely progesterone. Progesterone. Make sure the spellings are correct. Progesterone. Now we will move to the next part of the question. Here, I think so. Yeah, let me clear this. Yes, next part of the question here, what do we have? We have stated 3 ways in which the sperm cell is different from an egg cell. Yes, correct. Sperm cell, which actually has what? Which has tail. Yes, we can mention about it, which we can talk about flagellum. Flagellum, or we may also talk about tail. Yes, correct. Then, we can talk about acrosome or enzyme in the head of sperm, acrosome. Okay, or enzyme, where actually in the head, okay, in the packet on head, you can say in the packet on head. And then we can talk about, other than that, no food store. Yes, correct. No food store. Also we can talk about, it contains X and Y chromosome, right? Because X cell contain only XX. So this contain X and Y chromosomes, X and Y. We can talk about X and Y chromosomes. Then, next is what? Human body cells have 46 chromosomes, correct? Which term is used? Yes, correct. You are right. Haploid is the term which is used for this one set of chromosome, half set. Okay, in humans, yes, it is 23. State the organ in which fertilization occurs in human, and that is oviduct. The other name for oviduct is fallopian tube as well. So yeah, you may talk about it, fallopian tube, the upper part of the oviduct or fallopian tube. Now we will move to the next part of the question. Here they say, describe what happens between the events shown in figure 5.2 and implantation in the uterus. Let's go back to see this, yeah, figure 5.2. Here they are talking about where a sperm cell, it is actually fusing with egg cell. So basically fertilization, it is being occurred here. So now, they are talking about what is gonna happen here. So here, we will talk in detail since we have to go for 4 marks. Let me choose pink color now. So what is that? Acrosome enzymes. Okay, acrosome, when we are talking about acrosome, or we can talk about enzymes. What do? They break down jelly layer, and what happens? Enters into the egg cell. So once it enters, what will happen? Okay, yes, here this is very important to talk about fusion of haploid nucleus. Yeah, not only sperm fuses with egg, haploid nucleus of sperm fuses with haploid nucleus of egg. So when they get fused, what will happen? Fertilization occurs, right? Because here once fusion of this, which is actually called fertilization. In fact, now since fertilization occurred already, so it means what? Jelly coat already hardened. Jelly coat hardens, so no other sperm can enter. So no other sperm can enter. Yes, we have to explain all this. So now what will happen since fertilization occurs? Zygote, it has been formed. Okay, in fact, it will be good if you add, okay, zygote with diploid nucleus. Yes, this will be very nice to mention about. Okay, zygote with the diploid nucleus, it has been formed. So of course, next will be what? Now cell division will be what? It will be mitosis, because fusion already occurred. So cell division on here, mitosis occurred, zygote, then it will be where? It will become embryo. Okay, how it is gonna be moved down? Okay, by the action of, okay, so this embryo move down to the uterus. Okay, to the uterus. Okay, how? By peristalsis. Yeah, we have to explain each point. Peristalsis or action of cilia. Okay, and this is how finally this is gonna be implanted into the wall of uterus. So yeah. So yeah, here, what do we have? We have the next question, which is data question. As you can see, this question is so long, about 20% marks, so which is about 25% of paper 4. Yes, so this topic is really, really important. So here, they ask us, describe the change in the use of clomiphene citrate in Denmark between 1974 and 1993. And they are asking us to use data from the figure in our answer. So what are we going to see? We will start analyzing from the beginning. So when we look at the beginning, we see that not much change at the beginning, right? So we can see at the beginning, not much change, or you may also say slight change, right? Not much change or slight change. This is 1 mark. Then after that, we see what happens. It changes, right? After that, what happens? Okay, there is increase. After that, there is exponential increase, right? Exponential increase, as you can see, rapid. Okay, yeah, and then where will be the peak, you know, it will level off finally, right? We can say also finally levels off. You may give the reference of the data code, like, you know, when it is leveling off here, you know, when I observe, it seems like here, right? Around like, yeah, 92, maybe, yeah. Finally levels of where the data code, when you have to give, so like, you know, you can give the timeline about 1992, which is about how much, where you can see about 1600, right, of daily doses. So this is how 1600 daily doses, right? And the unit is very, very important. Okay. Yeah, so this is how we are going to answer this data question. And now, you know, we are moving on to the last part of the question, which is about what, okay, still clomiphene citrate, which is used as part of a treatment cycle to help women become pregnant. Okay, and often this involves artificial insemination. So here we have to describe that how a treatment cycle involving fertility drugs and artificial insemination, right, how it would be carried out. Okay, so here, you know, I am going to see what, first of all, whenever, you know, we are talking about the fertility drug, we have to say, we have to mention that it should be taken early in the menstrual cycle. Yes, or before, you know, when, before ovulation, isn't it? Because ovulation, when during ovulation, ovum will be there, then only, you know, artificial insemination will be done. So first of all, if we are talking about fertility drugs, okay, so these fertility drugs, they can be fertility drugs to be taken where at early stage of menstrual cycle, early stage of menstrual cycle, or you can say before ovulation. So once, you know, ovulation occurs, means now what will happen, since, you know, ovum is ready, so now, you know, what, sperms can be collected, sperms from male can be collected, okay, and then, you know, it will be placed, okay, place into vagina, or you can talk about uterus, okay, via what, via cervix, through cervix, right, through cervix, if it is uterus, right, as we go. So also keeping in mind, I will again, you know, emphasize around the time of ovulation, because if no ovulation, there is no egg present, then there is no point of putting the sperm in, right? So this is very, very important to mention about the right timing.